Una remember that video of that lady, that crippled lady, we talk say her pikin lost for church.
Yes, sir.
Una remember now?
Yes, sir.
We come here. Whether
yes,
not Juliet be her name. Ruth. Now, this Ruth carry come here. All of us sympathize with her. If una go, first of all, now one woman start. She begin to abuse me for internet. Say, why did I delete the program of 20th December?
Yes, sir.
Why did I delete it? I have never deleted any video. But because the frustrated woman, they look for cheap popularity. Yes, why did ordinary president delete? Then after that question, she begin to lay allegations. It's either I don't collect bribe from the or compromise from the Jeremiah and the rest. Another one, pick another South African. Another South African where English no done for him mouth. Can't carry the matter. Even though the South Africa even makes sense past some of these frustrated Nigerians. I not be part of the people where caused the condition we did for this country. The South African sounded more responsible, even though he was tactical with his words. Allegations here and there. I don't collect brown envelope. I don't do this. The same South African day when they kill Nigerians for South Africa, enough you talk. Broad daylight, South African police, they watch, then they kill Nigerians. South Africans no talk. This same person no talk. Now this one, because they are looking for cheap popularity. Now, they say, why I go start the matter? Leave them. I started the matter. I know they there when it happened. I'm a human being. I'm not an angel. I'm not a spirit. Okay, back to this cripple, this physically challenged woman. I'm sorry to use the word cripple, but it's still the dictionary. This woman comes, she narrate the story. All through the narration, she no mention say she carry one of her sisters follow body. Her stepbrother follow body. Collect microphone, I beg. Make una they follow for these hungry people where they look for publicity.
Her stepdaughter, sir.
Her stepdaughter.
Yes, sir.
She no mention say she carry her stepdaughter way be grown up, way big past those children. She no mention say she carry any grown up person. Number two, when she start her story, she no mention say she send them go buy anything.
Yes, sir.
She talk say they just tell her say one woman send them message. Now at the end, she come mention say she send them go buy something, and then they come back. Now we get issue with the church. We say we ask for CCTV footage.
Yes, sir. They
talk say the CCTV for that side no they work. Yes. Now the lady even tell us say then talk say but the CCTV where they for where the church they count money say the CCTV they work. Una remember?
Yes, sir.
That now because I discover say he lie once. Anybody will lie to you once has the capacity or the ability to lie to you another time again. Now the same IG lies on when we they do this program. We not be authority. Now government be authority and their establishments. Our own now bridge with the bridge the gap of injustice. We they try make we give people voice. Make we provide our shoulder for people to lean on. Because the shoulder that government should have provided is not there. Now in the course of investigation, IG Liaison come back here. When I remember what IG Liaison talk say police discover, please somebody should remind us. Okay. Now IG Liaison even make us understand say she carry that her stepdaughter follow body.
Yes, sir.
I ask her who be the father of these children. No straight answer. I don't know whether I understand.
Yes, sir.
Yet I sympathized with this woman. We were following up the matter. I've been don't get plans. una wey dey with me, una know the plans wey I get for ground for that woman. From there, plus the small lies wey I discover. Una wey get patience, make una go back, we go play back. Detach yourself from emotions. Make una go play back. Even when the lady start, before she start, if una watch the beginning of my conversation with her, I tell her, say, make she remember, say, God, they watch, and everything. But only for some people to wake up, because then they look for popularity, or they just want to pull me down. Say, why did I stop the matter? Okay. Assuming, say, the woman no lie self. Say, she know they inconsistent with her fact. Say, Brekete family just, all this while, nobody exposed the matter. Have anybody exposed the matter?
Nobody.
Let's assume, say, our own not to expose. Make other good Nigerians continue and make them conclude. Is there any bad thing?
No.
No, sir.
Not be only me they here. Not be only us they for Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
Organizations where they, NGOs where they Nigeria where they claim, say they be human rights defenders. You know if you count them, they are in their thousands. Some people will just wake up, frustration, hold them. They go say na human rights activists them be. Just because you want the arrogant for community, you say na human rights activists you be. Them plenty. Now assume I'm say the capacity of Brekete family. Now where we reach, now we leave the matter. Not be every matter we fit conclude. It get matter we pass our power. It get matter when we say now government fit handle them. It get some when now bigger organization we big pass us now go fit handle them. We are not claiming perfection. Okay, we start and reach this level. You now where they criticize, why don't you conclude on the matter first? Identify where we fall short of doing the right thing. Then you come and analyze and say, before we took over this matter, this is where how Brekete family and ordinary president handled this matter. And then when we took over, this and this and this and these were the things we discovered. Ordinary president was giving money, or ordinary president was threatened, because now some of the allegations we didn't talk to that. Some people even talk, say, me and a member of the Imam church. I am a Muslim and I'll die a Muslim by the grace of God.
Greetings, people. It's Mr. Pull the Trigger yet again on another episode of the Enlightenment series. So the ordinary president, the founder of the Brekete family, the gentleman that handled Ruth Mathew's case, has finally said something. He has finally given a statement. And he has so much tried to justify himself as to why he couldn't pursue the Ruth case, why he wouldn't pursue justice for the little baby testimony. But before I say what I want to say, I just want to thank him for endorsing me and for actually responding in a favorable way towards what I'm doing. In as much as I'm talking much about him, in as much as I'm alleging so many things against him, in as much as I'm putting him under pressure to say, give us a statement, let us know what transpired, let us know what you found out, which is what he has tried to give in the previous video that you have watched. He did not take any of what I said or what I have been saying in a way as if I'm attacking him, because he is sensible. Unlike the baby charlatans, the sons and daughters of the baby charlatans who are coming here to say, I'm attacking. I'm not attacking him. I've never attacked or insulted the ordinary president. I just came here with an analysis to try to find the roots and to try to find the way forward as to how far we can go with this matter, because he's the one that started with the matter. So we need to know where he ended. When we know where he ended, we can know what went wrong. We can know which pieces to put in place. We can know where we can also start and carry it forward. He further on went to say, listen, I also have my limits. I did what I did. And it's the responsibility of everyone to take it on. It's the responsibility of every Nigerian to take it on and further on. There are so many human rights organizations also. I support him on that in Nigeria that can take on this case. But why are they silent? We are not putting the blame on the ordinary president. We are not accusing the ordinary president. But we had questions of which he had answered. We're not attacking, we're not alleging. To say, ordinary president, were you bribed? Because we don't have an answer from him. If we don't get an answer from the ordinary president, we'll assume things. And our assumptions will eventually become facts. So for a man who has an office that he has and who stands for human rights, he has to be held accountable for the humans that he stands for. That's why I was asking all those questions to the ordinary president. And therefore he has answered to say there is no bribe. Because I was asking, were you bribed? Were you threatened? He dismissed all that. And then he said the reason why he couldn't carry on with the case is because there were different stories that Ruth told. Ruth was not consistent in what she was talking about. In a nutshell, he's saying Ruth lied. So because of the lies of Ruth, I couldn't take it. I can't represent anyone that lies to me. But Mr. Ordinary President, I'll throw another curveball at you. I don't think that is enough basis for you to stop pursuing justice for this little child that went missing. Okay, crucify the mother. She lied to you. She must pay for that. You must put her to order. You must call her out for lying to you or for misrepresenting or for omitting certain information that could have been valuable to your investigations. But please, there's a child that is involved. There's a child that we still don't know where that child is. There's a child that went missing at Mercy City. Regardless of the statements or the inconsistency of Ruth's statement or statements, as a human rights activist, I thought you were just supposed to put that and put it aside and fight the fight that needed to be fought. And then Ruth will be addressed at a later stage. Because there's one thing that is standard here. There's one thing that is fixed. There's one variable that is fixed, that the child is missing and the child went missing. You are a human rights activist, Mr. President, Mr. Ordinary President. You should not have let the inconsistency of Ruth's statements to cloud your judgment or to make you lose interest in the case. You said you are human, you are not a spirit. You also have emotions. But for what you stand for, Mr. President, like what you also said, you must put your emotions aside. You are more like contradicting yourself. You said, let's not consider emotions. In this case, I thought you would also not consider emotions. You were hurt, you were disappointed. But you should have held on to the fact that a child is missing. You should have taken your emotions, put it aside, and fight for justice for this little child. Because, Mr. Ordinary President, the office that you are holding right now, what you are standing for right now, you are a voice for the voiceless. When people look at you, they see the beacon of light. Someone who can give them hope. You are giving masses hope. People that can't fight for themselves. So when someone invests in you, when someone trusts you, and actually believe that my problem will be solved by the ordinary president. We are humans, like what you said. We have so many things that can influence the way that we narrate our stories to you. Because everyone that comes to your platform, they want you to fight for them. They want you to bring justice to them. Of course, so many people will come lying just so that they can extort certain people money. But the office that you're holding, what you're standing for, people believe in you. When Matthew came to you, when Ruth came to you, you were the last option of resort. You were the last man that she thought was going to bring justice to her missing child. She might have told the story in a way that could also make you feel compelled to assist her. I've made different statements in different occasions. I've filed different insurance claims and motivated them in different ways so that I can get my compensation from insurance companies, because I know if I put it exactly the way that the thing happened, I might be found to be liable and they will not pay. So Ruth, I think she motivated her statements to you so that you can assist her with agency. I don't think that was enough for you to rule her out when you finally discovered the full true statement. If you had discovered that Ruth lied about the missing child and then you withdrew, I could have understood. We could have understood. But for you to dismiss the case because there was inconsistency in the statements in as far as the role that Ruth played to the missing child, she did not want to be held liable. She did not want to be labeled as negligent. She probably did not want people to think that she's the one that sold that child. So her lie is not as big as it is being magnified or as you are magnifying it. It was just a misrepresentation of facts. Her being the one sending the girls, the two boys to Indomie to go and buy Indomie, it's not enough for you to dismiss the whole case. And her omitting that or not mentioning that she was with another 18-year-old girl together with her, that's not enough for you, Mr. Ordinary President, to say she lied. That's why I dropped the case. It's not enough. Okay, let's say it is what it is. What investigation did you do? Of course, you mentioned that you requested for a CCTV camera footage and it was not given to you. Okay, we appreciate your effort to that extent. And you also mentioned that the government has its own bodies. You have a certain level to which you can push a case to fight for justice where you can't go beyond. But Mr. President, people believe that you don't have a limit. That's what you have made people believe, that there is nothing that is impossible with you. So when people hold you to such standards, and then there is some inconsistencies as well on your side when it comes to delivery, when it comes to proving what you stand for, you leave people with so many questions. That's why we end up thinking that Jeremiah threatened you. That's why we end up thinking that Jeremiah bribed you. These are just us now assuming and thinking that this could have been the reason why behind Mr. President could not pursue this. Because everyone believes in your integrity. Everyone believes that you have values. But Mr. President, it still brings us back to the question as to what did you stop at? Why did you stop at that particular point in time? The justification that you gave of the lies, to me, is not enough. I'm not trying to drag your name or to try to label you as someone that you are not. I'm not. I'm just fighting for testimonies, justice. And we need all the responsible bodies, anyone that can come through to help us find this justice. I'm sure in everything that I'm saying, you even said it yourself, that I'm probably the only sensible person that is actually propagating this position of the missing child. I'm not trying to drag you into the mud. No. We appreciate what you did. Without you, we wouldn't know about this case. Without your platform, we wouldn't know about this case. The only thing we are demanding from you is from your investigations, because Ruth told us that you said you were going to request for the call logs of all the people that were involved to see if there was any mention. You were going to go to MTN, to the service provider, of the numbers that people that were linked to the disappearance of this child, so that you can do a proper investigation to know who were these people talking to. Could there be any information or any hidden texts or any conversations that can help us know what happened to the child? Because doing that was the only last process of the investigation to establish as to what could have happened to the child, since they said the CCTV cameras were not working. And that fact alone, it still holds Jeremiah Omoto responsible. How can the CCTV cameras, those specific CCTV cameras, not work? How? So the question still remains, what made you stop? The lies, Mr. President, they are not justified. The lies of Ruth, the inconsistency of Ruth's statements, it's still not justified. That's not justified. You can say she lied. Of course, I left because if someone lies to me first time, there's a possibility that she will lie to you the second time. I cannot trust anyone that lies to me. If you lie to me, I'll drop it. No, that's not enough for me. To me, I did not see Ruth's lie as something. It's not even a lie. If we keep saying lie, it's sounding like she lied about the missing child. We don't want to shift attention here and deviate from the main issue. The main issue is there's a 2-year-old child that went missing. That enough was supposed to motivate you. If Ruth did not lie about that, or if Ruth did not misrepresent any information pertaining to that, you should have fought this fight. Mr. President, I don't doubt you. You have everything it takes. You had everything it takes to know what happened, to bring justice to this woman. But you allowed your emotions to take rule. Or there's something that happened that we are still not clear about, that we still don't know. The same way that people still think that Ruth Mathew knows some truth that we don't know. That's the same feeling that I have, that Mr. Ordinary President knows some truth that we don't know. That's the truth. His justification is not enough for me. Maybe it fulfills you people, it's fine. But for me, it's not enough. I remain objective. In as much as there are thousands of people that are saying Ruth's story is not adding up, everyone is allowed to be objective. And I'm still questioning the Ordinary President. His response was not enough. It was not enough for me. And he went on to say that, did he talk about me trying to seek cheap popularity, or he was referring to other Nigerian bloggers? I don't know. But he went on to say Why do we not talk when there is some sort of brutality to Nigerians in South Africa? Why am I quiet? Why are we not raising concern? You know, sometimes media propaganda can confuse people. Of course, there is injustice everywhere. But here in South Africa, we have political parties like Malema who fights hard for African brothers. I don't see our African brothers as foreigners. We can't be foreigners when you're in Africa, man. Don't let that white mentality get rid of your thought system, of your processing system. We can't be foreigners in an African country. If I come to Nigeria, I can't be a foreigner in Nigeria. I can't be a foreigner in Ghana. We are Africans. We are all Africans. So this has nothing to do with nationality, brother. Let's not spread that narrative across. It only brings enmity amongst ourselves. If we divide ourselves by pushing across these narratives, for someone who's recognized as a voice of reason, you, Mr. President, you are a voice of reason. Whatever you say, it has an impact and influence into the ears and into the minds of the people that are consuming what you're saying. So we have to be careful. We have to say it very carefully when we make certain utterances. You can't use that to justify the issue of the missing child. Whether I'm in South Africa, whether I'm in Zimbabwe, whether I'm in any other country, that does not defeat the purpose that there's a child that is missing in Nigeria. When I see Ruth, I see a sister. I don't see a foreigner. I don't see someone from Nigeria. I see her as a sister to me. When I think about testimony, I see him as a little brother to me. This has nothing to do with nationality. Not everyone agrees with xenophobia. Not everyone agrees with some of the injustices that happens to people from other nations here in South Africa. We all speak out when things like this happen. And we always make sure that there is an end to it. It happened. Errors happened in countries. Injustices happen in different countries. There was SARS. You're protesting for end SARS in Nigeria. Because our leadership is not that proficient. In all African countries, we have bad leadership. And it's the leaders, the politicians that propagate these positions to try to divide citizens because they are failing to offer the services that they should be offering. Because what politicians do when they are failing in office, they try to create commotion and to spread across different narratives in the nation so that the citizens would shift their attention and divert to start to cause to think that the reason why the economies are not properly functioning is because of foreigners or is because of other nationalities who are coming from different countries. That's what happens in South Africa. The leaders are failing. And when they fail, they'll always try to create these narratives. That is because of foreigners. There are too many foreigners in the country. The foreigners are this, the foreigners are that. But the foreigners they have nothing to do with the dysfunctional economy of South Africa. They absolutely have nothing to do with it. But the leadership, they propagate these positions to create division and to shift attention so that citizens will not see politicians as the error. Citizens will start thinking that it's because of the foreigners. There's no foreigner here that is owning a bank. There's no foreigner here that is owning any strategic institutions in the nation of South Africa. There is nothing that foreigners have taken from the economy of South Africa. But politicians will always spread across that narrative. So, Mr. Ordinary President, don't use those labels. Don't propagate such positions to your people to make people in Nigeria think that people in South Africa or South Africans or anyone residing in South Africa, they don't care about Nigerians. We're brothers here. Let's not fight against each other or sell across these narratives just so that we can defend ourselves. You need to answer to us. What happened? How far did you go? Not to tell us that Ruth lied. In your investigations, we need to know how far you went. Where did you land? How did it end? What did you discover? When did you decide to hang the boots? Not to say this that you are saying now, that because of the inconsistency of Ruth's statement, a child is still missing, a child went missing. That's what we want you to address. That's what you were supposed to address. And I'm glad that you rubbished most of these bloggers that were actually trying to get your attention. Because Mr. President, the ordinary president is a very respected individual in the nation of Nigeria. So when you saw all these other bloggers trying to endorse him, to say, no, the Mr. President is a perfect gentleman, Mr. President did this, he came now, he's just said that these Nigerian bloggers are... Because now that also increases his integrity. He doesn't care who's siding for him without facts. I was questioning him with facts, even though some people thought I was attacking him. And there are other bloggers that were citing for him without facts, but he came and rubbished them. That they are not using common sense. They are just ranting. That's what he said. But regardless of that, it shows that you are also for the truth. And you want the truth. And I'm also seeking the truth. That's all we want, Mr. President. That's all we were asking. That's all we were demanding. Your statement, you did it, yes. And it was just meant to clear your image from these allegations. But still, Mr. President, you did not do enough. You did not do enough. Your justification to your withdrawal to the case is not enough. For me, personally, it's not. The issue we are dealing with here, it's a very sensitive issue. There's a child that is missing. The question that we are raising now is, how many other kids are missing? This is the only one that managed to have the opportunity to be on the public eye, to be in the public eye, to be on the spotlight. This is the only case that made it to the eyes of the world. But the major questions now that are intriguing me is, how many kids are the families that are in silence as we speak, that lost their children? It can't be the only instance of this one, of our testimony. How many others? And how many more others are we yet to lose in these prophetic shrines? How many more? So the fight is for humanity. And the fight is to prevent these things from happening ever again. You stepping down, Mr. President, you actually just shut down anyone that probably had or wanted to come and present their own story as well to you. That's what you did. You took the hope away from those that were also victimized by these charlatans. Mr. President, you might not be Christian and you might be Muslim, but let me tell you, in this our religion of Christianity, these people that we are all out against, they are charlatans. They are charlatans. Don't even come and say, I don't come to victimize people. Believe you me, when our people from our religion come to your platform, they know their story. These things are happening. And it's a good thing that they brought it to someone who does not believe in these false prophets. These people from our side, they are charlatans, my brother. They are charlatans. The highest note of charlatans. If you could open a specific program which is just aimed at talking about these false prophets in Nigeria, you will see the traffic and the attention that you will get. Because that is an area that needs a proper addressing in Nigeria. Before you even talk about prophets, before you even talk about politicians, deal with Nigerian prophets and Nigerian churches. You will see how many victims are there. People that have been robbed, people that have been abused, people that have been deceived, people that have been taken for a ride. Plenty of them. Plenty. Nigeria is in crisis right now because of churches. At least you know it for yourself. If you're in Nigeria, if you know Nigerians' economy, you can tell me, you can attest to this. The country is a beautiful country. The leadership will be corrected, can be corrected anytime if we get this, if we resolve this religious manipulation, these religious gimmicks. If we can address it, Nigeria will be a better country. Believe you me. So with that being said, I'll check you out on the next episode of the Enlightenment series as we still wait and hold on to the belief that Jeremiah Omoto's prophecy is yet to be fulfilled, because we still have a few hours. We don't lose hope. We don't give up until we actually reach the end, that the child will come back. One thing for sure that is there is the child is alive, and the child is live and kicking. So let's wait. As we keep on waiting, we pursue justice for testimony. Don't forget to become a member, a subscriber, a liker, a commenter of this platform. Just engage. Let's share ideas. What do you think about the response that the ordinary president gave? Is it justifying anything? Is it enough? Did he do enough? Were his efforts enough? He's only human, as he said, yes, but we demand much from him. I'm also human, as I can say, but I know people demand so much from me. I can't start something and then I just leave it suspended and hanging like that. That's not integrity. So I'll check you again on the next episode of the Enlightenment series. I'm out.